Have you ever noticed those women who command attention without saying a word? The ones who seem to have an invisible force field of attraction around them? They're not your typical social butterflies, yet everyone wants to know their secret. Welcome to the hidden world of Sigma females. If you've always felt different from the crowd, this video might just explain why. In today's world, women are often expected to be outgoing, talkative, and constantly visible to gain recognition. But not everyone fits this mold, and not everyone wants to. Sigma females challenge these expectations by embracing their independence and subtle confidence. Instead of standing out in loud, conventional ways, they attract through their unique, quiet strength. Now, let's dive into the 9 habits that make Sigma females so captivating. Number 1. The art of selective silence. In a world where everyone seems to be shouting for attention, the Sigma female has mastered something extraordinary: the art of selective silence. Picture this. You're in a room full of people, everyone talking over each other, desperately trying to make their presence known. But there she is, the Sigma female, sitting quietly with a slight smile, observing everything like a master chess player. She doesn't feel the burning need to fill every silence with empty words or jump into every conversation just to be noticed. Instead, she's like a skilled musician who knows the power of the pause between notes. When she does speak, something magical happens. Have you ever noticed how the entire room seems to shift its attention? People naturally lean in, their voices hustle down to a whisper, and all eyes turn to her. Why? Because they've learned that when she opens her mouth, something worthwhile is about to be said. Her words carry weight because they're not diluted by constant chatter. She's mastered the art of speaking with purpose, not just for the sake of making noise. In meetings, while others ramble on, she delivers her thoughts with precision, clear, concise, and impactful. It's like watching a master archer who only shoots when they're certain of hitting the target. But this isn't about being shy or socially anxious. Far from it. The Sigma female's silence is a choice, a powerful tool in her arsenal of attraction. She understands that mystery creates intrigue, and intrigue creates attraction. When people don't know everything about you, they want to know more. It's human nature to be curious about the unknown. Think about it. Aren't we always more interested in the person who keeps their cards close to their chest rather than the one who lays everything bare? Her selective silence also gives her an incredible advantage. She's always learning, always observing. While others are busy talking about themselves, she's reading the room, understanding dynamics, picking up on subtle cues that most people miss. She's like a skilled detective, gathering information that others freely give away. This makes her not just mysterious but also incredibly insightful. When she finally shares her observations, people are often amazed by her perception and understanding. Moreover, her calculated silence builds anticipation. Just as a rare gem is more valuable than common stones, her words become precious because they're not freely scattered. People begin to associate her presence with quality rather than quantity. They know that when she speaks, it's not to fill the air with empty words, but to add real value to the conversation. This quality over quantity approach naturally makes her more attractive, more intriguing, and more respected. Remember, in a world where noise is constant and attention spans are short, the power of selective silence becomes even more magnetic. It's not just about being quiet, it's about being strategically silent, about understanding when to speak and when to observe, about making your words count rather than counting your words. That's the true art of selective silence, and that's what makes a Sigma female silently but powerfully attractive. Curious about what comes next? Stay with me, because habit number 2 might just change your perspective entirely. Number 2, mysterious minimalism. In a world obsessed with excess, the Sigma female stands out by standing back. Her approach to minimalism isn't just about owning less. It's a sophisticated art form that touches every aspect of her life. Think of her as a modern-day Mona Lisa, captivating not with loud colors or dramatic flair, but with subtle elegance that makes people wonder what lies beneath. Her wardrobe, it's a masterclass in refined simplicity. While others chase fleeting trends and fill their closets with fast fashion, she curates a collection of timeless pieces that speak volumes without screaming for attention. Picture clean lines, quality materials, and neutral colors that blend seamlessly. Like a well-written poem, every piece has its purpose, and nothing is superfluous. She might wear the same elegant black dress to multiple events, but she wears it with such confidence that it looks different each time. It's not about the clothes, it's about how she carries them. On social media, where others document their every breath, she's refreshingly selective. No daily coffee photos, no desperate selfies seeking validation through likes. When she does post, it's thoughtful, purposeful, perhaps a glimpse of her latest project, or a moment that truly matters. Her feed isn't a desperate cry for attention, but rather a curated gallery of her authentic life. This digital minimalism creates an air of mystery that makes people genuinely interested in her real-world presence. Her living space reflects this same philosophy. While others crowd their homes with trendy decorations and unnecessary items, her space breathes with intention. Each item has a story, a purpose, a meaning. It's like walking into a carefully curated museum where less truly becomes more. The simplicity of her environment reflects the clarity of her mind. Even her communication style embraces minimalism. No excessive emojis, no overused phrases, no needless drama. Her messages, like her presence, are clear, direct, and meaningful. She doesn't feel the need to fill silence with empty words or over-explain herself. This communication style makes people value her words more, hanging on to each one because they know she doesn't waste them. This commitment to minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about elevation. By choosing quality over quantity in every aspect of her life, she creates an aura of sophistication that's hard to ignore. Her simplicity becomes her signature because it's authentic, not a fashionable facade. In a world where everyone is trying to add more, she stands out by mastering the art of less, proving that true elegance doesn't need embellishment. Her minimalism isn't just a style choice, it's a statement of self-assurance and inner confidence that naturally draws others in. Think that's powerful? Wait until you hear about the third habit. Number 3, the ghost protocol. In the age of constant connectivity, where everyone is just a text away and FOMO drives people to be everywhere at once, the Sigma female masters a rare art, the art of strategic presence. Like a skilled illusionist, she knows that true intrigue lies not in constant visibility, but in the masterful balance of presence and absence. Think of her as the Northern Lights, breathtakingly beautiful when she appears, but impossible to summon on demand. She doesn't feel compelled to attend every social gathering or respond to every group chat immediately. Instead, she moves through life like a graceful phantom, appearing at carefully chosen moments that align with her purposes and values. When she does show up at an event, she makes it count. Her presence isn't just physical, it's magnetic. People notice when she arrives, not because she makes a grand entrance, but because her selective appearances have trained others to value her presence. In professional settings, she applies this same principle. Unlike those who try to prove their worth through constant availability and immediate responses, she sets clear boundaries. She might not be the first to respond to every email, but when she does, her response is thoughtful and valuable. This creates an interesting paradox. The less available she makes herself, the more her input is sought after and respected. Her social media presence follows this ghost protocol perfectly. While others flood their followers' feeds with daily updates, she appears like a rare comet, spectacular but selective. She might vanish for weeks, then share something truly meaningful that makes people realize why they follow her in the first place. This unpredictability keeps people intrigued, always wondering what she's up to when she's not sharing. But here's the crucial part: she never completely disappears. Like a skilled chess player, she maintains just enough presence to keep people aware of her existence. A rare comment here, a meaningful appearance there, perhaps a thoughtful message to someone who needs it. She's mastered the art of being remembered even in absence, like a lingering perfume that makes people turn their heads even after she's gone. This isn't about playing games or being deliberately mysterious. It's about valuing her own time and energy. She understands that being constantly available diminishes not just her mystery, but her peace of mind. By controlling her accessibility, she maintains her energy for things that truly matter to her. This selective presence becomes a form of self-care, a way of protecting her inner world while still engaging meaningfully with the outer one. The result? When she does grace others with her presence, it's like a gift, precious because it's rare, valuable because it's authentic, and meaningful because it's chosen. In a world where everyone is trying to be seen, she's mastered the art of being missed, making her presence not just noticed, but deeply valued. Ready to level up. The fourth habit is a game changer. Number 4, Mind Palace Mastery. In an era where most people's thumbs are tired from endless scrolling and minds cluttered with disposable content, the Sigma female takes a radically different approach to mental enrichment. She's not just consuming information, she's architecting her own mind palace, carefully curating knowledge that transforms her into a walking library of wisdom and insight. Think of her mind as a sophisticated museum, where each piece of information is carefully selected, positioned, and preserved. While others spend hours debating in comment sections or chasing viral trends, she's deep in the pages of a thought-provoking book, or perhaps exploring a documentary that challenges her perspective. Her choice of content isn't random, it's strategic. From psychology and philosophy to practical skills and cultural insights, every piece of information she consumes serves a purpose in building her intellectual fortress. She understands that true power doesn't come from knowing a little about everything, but from developing deep, meaningful knowledge in areas that truly matter. What makes her approach unique is her ability to process information differently. She doesn't just read, she absorbs. She doesn't just watch, she analyzes. Every piece of information is filtered through her critical thinking, connected to existing knowledge, and stored away for future reference. It's like watching a master jeweler examine precious stones. She turns each piece of information over in her mind, studying it from every angle, understanding its value and its place in her growing collection of wisdom. But here's where she truly stands out. Her intelligence isn't worn like a badge or used as a weapon to belittle others. Instead, it radiates quietly through her eyes, in the depth of her gaze that shows she sees beyond the surface of things. When she does speak, her words carry weight not because they're designed to impress, but because they're backed by genuine understanding. She doesn't quote famous authors to sound smart. She synthesizes their wisdom into her own unique perspectives. In conversations, while others rush to share opinions formed from headlines and social media snippets, she listens and observes. When she finally contributes, her insights often bridge different fields of knowledge, offering perspectives that others miss. It's like watching a master chess player who sees patterns and possibilities that casual players overlook. Her knowledge isn't compartmentalized, it's interconnected, forming a web of understanding that allows her to see relationships between seemingly unrelated concepts. This dedication to intellectual growth isn't driven by a need for validation or academic achievement. Instead, it's fueled by genuine curiosity and a desire for deeper understanding. She treats her mind like a garden, carefully planting seeds of knowledge, nurturing them with reflection, and watching them grow into unique insights. This continuous cultivation of her mind gives her a quiet confidence that's far more attractive than any superficial display of intelligence. The result is a woman whose presence carries intellectual weight without intellectual arrogance. Her knowledge isn't just stored information, it's transformed into wisdom that guides her actions and decisions. In a world of quick opinions and surface-level understanding, she stands out as someone who truly knows what she's talking about, making her not just knowledgeable, but magnetically intriguing to those who value depth over display. Share your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. Emotional alchemy. In a world that often tells women to suppress their emotions or risk being labeled too emotional, the Sigma female has discovered something revolutionary: the art of emotional alchemy. Like a skilled alchemist of old who transformed base metals into gold, she masters the rare ability to transmute raw emotions into powerful forces that serve her purpose. What makes her approach unique is that she neither suppresses her emotions like a Stoic, nor lets them overflow like an open tap. Instead, she treats each emotion as raw material waiting to be transformed. Take anger, for instance. Where others might explode in rage or bottle it up until it turns toxic, she channels that fierce energy into unstoppable determination. That colleague who tried to undermine her. Instead of engaging in workplace drama, she uses that anger to fuel her next big project, turning frustration into achievement. Sadness, often seen as a weakness, becomes her creative wellspring. She doesn't hide her melancholy behind fake smiles or deny its existence. Instead, she allows it to flow through her like ink through water, transforming it into art, writing, music, or whatever form of expression resonates with her soul. Her vulnerability, when channeled this way, becomes a source of strength and authenticity that others find magnetic. Fear, the emotion that paralyzes many, becomes her catalyst for courage. She acknowledges her fears, faces them head-on, and uses them as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Each time she feels afraid, she recognizes it as a signal pointing toward necessary growth. That presentation that terrifies her. She uses that nervous energy to prepare more thoroughly, turning anxiety into excellence. This emotional alchemy extends to her relationships too. When jealousy appears, instead of letting it poison her mind, she transforms it into motivation for self-improvement. Disappointment becomes a teacher guiding her toward better decisions. Even heartbreak is not wasted. It's refined into wisdom and deeper self-understanding. What's particularly fascinating about her approach is how she maintains her composure during this internal transformation. Like a duck gliding smoothly across water while paddling furiously beneath, she processes these emotions privately. There's no need for public emotional displays or dramatic declarations. The evidence of her emotional mastery shows in her actions, decisions, and the calm confidence she exudes. This ability to transform emotions rather than be ruled by them gives her a unique kind of power. People around her sense it. There's something different about how she handles life's ups and downs. She's not emotionless. She's emotionally intelligent in a way that turns potential weaknesses into undeniable strengths. This emotional alchemy becomes one of her most attractive qualities, drawing others to her stable presence in an emotionally chaotic world. Number 6. The velvet boundary. In a society that often expects women to be perpetual people-pleasers, the Sigma female has mastered something extraordinary: the art of setting boundaries with graceful authority. Think of her boundaries as a velvet rope at an exclusive event. elegant to behold, but absolutely effective at controlling access to her time, energy, and space. What makes her boundary setting unique is its quiet strength. There's no need for dramatic confrontations or lengthy explanations. When she says no, it's delivered with the same calm assurance as when she says yes. Her refusal doesn't come wrapped in apologetic phrases or elaborate excuses. It's simple, clear, and delivered with such natural confidence that it rarely invites argument. "I won't be able to take that on," or "that doesn't work for me," becomes a complete sentence in her world, requiring no justification or defense. She understands something profound that many miss. Respect isn't earned through endless accommodation, but through consistent self-respect. Like a master diplomat, she navigates social and professional situations with a perfect balance of courtesy and firmness. When a colleague constantly interrupts her focused work time, she doesn't respond with irritation. Instead, she might say, "I value our conversations, but between 9 and 11, I need uninterrupted time for deep work." It's polite, professional, and absolutely non-negotiable. In personal relationships, her boundaries are equally clear, but never cruel. She doesn't ghost people or create unnecessary drama. Instead, she's direct about her needs and limits. If someone consistently drains her energy, she doesn't feel obligated to maintain the same level of interaction. She might say, "I care about our friendship, but I need more space right now." There's no room for guilt-tripping or manipulation in her world. Her emotional boundaries are as clear as physical ones. What's particularly remarkable is how she maintains these boundaries without building walls. She remains open to genuine connections and new experiences, but access to her inner world must be earned. Like a well-curated gallery, not everyone gets a private viewing. This selective accessibility isn't about being difficult or exclusive. It's about maintaining the quality of her relationships and protecting her peace. The result? People around her learn to respect not just her boundaries, but her entire being. They understand that her time and energy are valuable commodities, not free resources to be exploited. This command of her personal space creates an invisible aura of respect that others naturally respond to. Even those who initially push against her boundaries often come to admire her for them. Through this velvet boundary approach, she creates something powerful. A life where respect isn't demanded, but naturally given. Where her worth isn't determined by her availability to others, and where her peace isn't sacrificed for the comfort of others. It's a masterclass in how to be both kind and powerful, accessible yet sovereign in one's own life. Now that you've learned all 9 habits, which one resonates with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 7. Intellectual mystery. Let's dive deeper into one of the most captivating traits of a Sigma female, her intellectual mystery. Picture this. While others are desperately showcasing their knowledge like an open book, a Sigma female treats her wisdom like a rare manuscript, revealing only carefully selected pages at precisely the right moments. She understands that true power lies not in what you show, but in what you keep hidden. When she speaks, her words carry weight because they're rare and purposeful. She doesn't feel the need to prove her intelligence by dropping random facts or dominating every conversation. Instead, she listens intently, observing the dynamics around her, and when she finally shares her perspective, it's like a bolt of lightning, unexpected and striking. In meetings, she doesn't jump to be the first to speak. She waits, processes, and then delivers insights that make others wonder, where did that come from? Her colleagues often find themselves thinking, if she knows this much about this topic, what else does she know? This air of mystery makes her increasingly intriguing to those around her. A Sigma female understands that knowledge is like perfume. It should be discovered, not announced. She might casually mention her weekend reading about quantum physics, then smoothly shift to discussing local cuisine, leaving others wondering about the vast landscape of her interests. She doesn't brag about her achievements or degrees. Instead, she lets them surface naturally in conversation, creating an iceberg effect, showing just the tip of her intellectual capacity while leaving the depth of her knowledge to imagination. She's well aware that in a world of information overload, where everyone is trying to prove their expertise, true wisdom lies in knowing when to share and when to observe. She might be fluent in 3 languages, but won't mention it unless it's relevant. She could be an expert in ancient philosophy, but won't force it into every conversation. This selective sharing of knowledge creates a magnetic pull. People naturally want to know more about her, to understand what other treasures of wisdom she holds. They find themselves drawn into deeper conversations with her, hoping to glimpse more of her intellectual world. Yet, she maintains that perfect balance, sharing enough to intrigue, but never enough to become predictable. Remember, this isn't about playing games or being artificially mysterious. It's about understanding that your knowledge is valuable, and not everyone deserves access to every corner of your mind. It's about being confident enough in your intelligence that you don't need constant validation or recognition. By mastering this art of intellectual mystery, a Sigma female creates an aura of depth that's far more attractive than any surface-level display of knowledge could ever be. She becomes someone people want to learn from, someone they respect not just for what she knows, but for how she carries that knowledge. Number 8. The power of walking away. And now we've reached perhaps the most powerful trait of a Sigma female, her unwavering ability to walk away. This isn't just about physically leaving, it's about mastering the art of graceful detachment from anything that doesn't align with her worth or vision. A Sigma female understands that her most valuable currency isn't money or status. It's her energy and time. She treats these resources like a master investor, never afraid to cut losses when something isn't yielding growth. Whether it's a draining friendship, a stagnant career, or a relationship that's lost its spark, she recognizes when it's time to exit. But here's what makes her different. She walks away with grace, not drama. There's no grand announcement, no emotional outbursts, no burning bridges. Like a queen quietly leaving a room, her absence speaks louder than any words could. She doesn't feel the need to justify her decisions to everyone. Her peace of mind is justification enough. In a world where many stay stuck in comfort zones, toxic relationships, or unfulfilling jobs out of fear, the Sigma female's power lies in her courage to embrace uncertainty over guaranteed mediocrity. She knows that sometimes the most powerful position in any negotiation is being willing to walk away. This applies to everything, from salary negotiations to personal boundaries. What others see as giving up, she recognizes as growing up. She understands that walking away isn't a sign of weakness. It's often the ultimate show of strength. It means choosing yourself when the world expects you to choose convenience. It means trusting your intuition when others tell you to just give it more time. The Sigma female has mastered the art of leaving without looking back. She doesn't keep one foot in the door or leave breadcrumbs for a return journey. When she decides to leave, it's clean, it's final, and it's forward-moving. She knows that new doors don't open until we firmly close the old ones. This power doesn't come from bitterness or anger. It comes from a place of self-respect and clarity. She doesn't walk away to punish others. She walks away to protect her peace, preserve her energy, and make space for what truly deserves her attention. Remember, the power of walking away isn't about running from challenges. It's about being wise enough to distinguish between challenges that will help you grow and situations that will only drain you. It's about understanding that sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. You simply rise and walk away. As we conclude these 9 habits, remember, Your ability to walk away might just be your strongest asset. It shows you value yourself more than any situation, and that's the kind of energy that makes a Sigma female truly magnetic. These aren't just habits, they're the subtle art of being magnetically attractive without desperately trying to attract. Remember, true Sigma female energy isn't about following rules, it's about creating your own path. If this resonated with you, hit that like button. Share your Sigma experiences in the comments below. And if you're ready to dive deeper into the mysterious world of social dynamics, check out my next video on the shadow side of feminine power. Until next time, stay mysterious.